Alright, time now is 7:16 a.m. in the morning on April 30th. I had a god awful sleep. It's terrible. It's bad. I went to bed at around 3:05, which is earlier than the last few days. So I didn't immediately fall asleep. And then at around 4:40, suddenly I just exploded. Suddenly I just woke up and I was like, "Holy crap. I'm late." So I immediately woke up and was like, and then and for some reason the air vent was still on. Like usually the air vent is still on after I turn it off, after I take a shower. But usually it lasts for about 10 minutes. But this time it doesn't. It just kept going on. So I went to the bathroom to turn it off. Turns out it's still going on. I don't know why. And I checked the time and it's already 4:40. And then I realized, oh right, if I was late, I should have heard the alarm. I haven't heard the alarm yet. So I went back to bed. But I couldn't immediately fall asleep again because it was really hot. Like my back was sweating. So I guess I was in a state of half asleep, half awake since then. And then at 7 the alarm rang and then I woke up out of my bed very quickly because I wasn't actually fully asleep. So wow, that was terrible. I wish I could take a nap in the afternoon when I come back home. Even though I actually kind of can't do that because I have to do the short film thing. So that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know about how the whole Tom and Pepper thing is gonna go today. But I hope I can go back home first and have a decent lunch. Then I'm gonna go out again. Well, don't know what happened here, but rip. Alright, let's go. I hope I don't get late. God damn. What are all oh that's a card. Alright, that's a credit card. Don't know what happened here. Also I forgot to mention that yesterday was still very interesting day, and I feel like Chihiro from Spirited Away. Yeah, I feel like I'm working in a bathhouse and I'm trying my best, you know. All right, time now is 1:06 p.m. Yeah, so after the film class, we went into a cinema, theater, small theater, to watch a short film, and then there's this super long ass Q&A, and then Thomas told us to meet at around 1:30 ish, or at least that's my interpretation. So it's already 1 something. I'm gonna try to take a bus back home, eat some food, and then head out. So I won't be able to film any reviews or watch any movies or do anything like that today. Rest in peace. I haven't even memorized my lines for the friggin' assignment. It's 1:23 and I'm still waiting for that goddamn bus. I could have stayed at that cinema for a while longer, actually. It wouldn't have made a goddamn difference. I'm just standing here waiting now. Even though I'm in a hurry, I'm just waiting. I'm so fucking relaxed, you have no idea. Well, that's fucking fantastic. I overshot a bus stop and now I need to walk backwards back home and then eat an apple, go back out. Alright, I'm at West Hollywood. It's It's 2:47. I almost forgot to get off the bus. I almost forgot. Just like how I forgot in my last bus ride when I tried to get home. Alright, let's cross this road. This place seems really rich. And Thomas Place should be up ahead. And I'm getting a little bit lost again. Fuck me. Right. It should be right here. God damn it. Fuck. All right, time now is 6:51 p.m. I came back home, washed up. Here I am. So let's start chronologically on what happened today. So I woke up early. It was a terrible sleep. I went to school, took a bus, and I was not late, but I almost did. I entered the classroom, sat in the second to last row in the middle. And the class begins, and it's okay. It's mostly hands-on activity, not even hands-on. It's just mostly standing and watching the professor set up a 3-point lighting system, and that's it. And the professor didn't even talk about In the Mood for Love, which is something that I've been waiting for him to talk about for a few weeks already. During the break, I really wanted to sit down, so I sat down and I spoke with the usuals, the Eric, Ella, Christian. Christian and Ella are like really closer than Eric is to Ella. Like I've been noticing that Eric is sort of the class clown because the professor jokes on him all the time, but also Eric is a bit of he likes sticking with females, so all the females, especially Hinata, the Brazilian girl, is specifically close to Eric. Like they hit each other on the shoulder, they laugh at each other. They're particularly intimate with each other. And on top of that, Eric was also very close to girls like Alba, the Mexican, Rose, the French, and he's still close to Ella. But I spoke to Christian. I wanted to speak more to Christian because he seems like a legitimately okay friend as far as I can tell. So both I and Christian ended up in film 32. We both got in, so that's awesome. That's exciting. And that's it. And I also wanted to do 2 things today in terms of socializing in the film 40 class. One is to tell Alan, the Mexican, not Alan. Alan is the Swedish way of saying it. Alan, in the Mexican boy that I got into Anthropology 22, which is the class that he told me about. So during the break, I actually told him, and he's like, "Oh, really? I'm in it too." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Damn." And he's like, "Yeah, see you in Zoom." I hope that class has Zoom, but that's a nice surprise. Second of all, I wanted to talk to Betsy about the whole, I want to get into the board members team, the leadership team of a certain film club. Like it doesn't have to be the main film club. It could be screenwriting, it could be editing club, something like that. That's it. So I ended up not speaking to Betsy at all. At the end, I did speak to Miles a little bit. There were a few interesting moments during class, like one moment when the professor asked Rose if she voted 2 weeks ago because there's this presidential election in France a couple weeks ago between Macron and Le Pen, and the professor explained how important this election is, and I cheekily said to Miles, who sat beside me, like, I miss democratic elections, and then Miles like pat me on the back. Rip. Like, I don't know how politically aware is my professor towards Hong Kong. I know he's very politically aware, like when Russia and Ukraine happened, like the professor asked Yulia, the Russian girl, about how's your grandparents? How are they handling the sanctions? And then now he's asking, like, I hope he knows this, you know? But to be honest, I think Americans in general are way more aware of Hong Kong and the situation there than I thought. So that's good. Second of all, not second of all, whatever. After the class, a bunch of people are waiting outside the classroom. Turns out there's a short film screening, a short film called Retakes. And the screening takes place at the auditorium right beside the studio classroom. So me, Christian, Ella, Eric, the gang of four, and a couple other people, the old Italian woman, Alessandra, and the white boy, Orson, and a bunch of other people. Our professor, who's Indian, the ultimate final boss, the final professor of the college film program, a Mexican guy, and another old DP who's also Mexican, and a bunch of other people walked into it, and they started screening the short film. And honestly, it's not bad. It's just one scene, one conversation between two girls, and they were lovers, and they have like a relationship and stuff, and that's the whole thing. It's all right. And after the thing, there's a Q&A, and at that point, I started to be like, okay, I have to leave, because at that point it was like 1:30 something, 12:30 something, and it nearly 1 near the end. And I had to leave because I got to do this homework with Thomas and Pepper, this short film thing, and I have no idea when to meet them, how. I know where because, Thomas' address, we're going to film at Thomas' apartment. So, yeah, went there and, yeah, screenings over, and then there's a Q&A, and the Q&A went on for like 50 minutes. It's so long. The old DP, I mean, I respect him and all, and he seems really experienced, but he kept on speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking to the point where I can tell a lot of other people are beginning to be tired of it. But, it's interesting to see how much work goes into one simple 5-minute scene between two actresses. A lot of work goes into it. A lot of grip work, a lot of dolly shots, a lot of stuff. Now afterwards, before the Q&A ends, they were gonna replay the whole thing again, and I'm like, man, I really gotta go. And Christian's like, okay, go. So I left. So I left and I didn't know what to do because I guess we're supposed to around 1:30 arrive at Thomas's apartment and sort of just start filming there. But at the end, it was already 1, and I was still waiting for the goddamn bus at the bus stop. And I wanted to go from the college campus back home first, eat an apple for lunch. Just an apple. I don't care anything else. And then just go. So the bus didn't arrive until a while later. Hopped on, and I overshot by 1 bus stop. And I tried to walk back, and maybe it's because I've never actually really. My grandma's calling me, but I'm gonna decline because I'm doing this. But because maybe it's because I don't think I've ever gone home from college campus, like this new home in Sawtell, from the college campus, CMD, with bus number 1. I've done bus number 4, but not 1. So I kind of got lost. I walked all the way. I walked for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, hold on. This is not right. Like, I even looked at the street sign. I'm like, yeah, it's the right avenue. But of course, in the USA, in LA, streets are super long. Avenues are super long. It could be anywhere. So I walked backwards, and finally I got home, and it was already 2 p.m. I immediately tried to find an apple and eat it. I can't find it. No apples are found. I emptied my fridge, I emptied my cabinet, nothing. And then Cindy saw me and was like, oh, you're looking for the apples? They're down there. So it turns out it's there. She moved them. I was going to ask her, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to bother her. Cut up the apple, chucked it into my mouth, left. Took a bus to Thomas's place at West Hollywood. I was downstairs at the apartment, and by then it was already 3 p.m. Thomas showed up, brought me into his apartment, and Pepper's there in her light makeup, her huge light brown trench coat, and nice little white shirt that shows a little belly, which is the trend now. And it is what it is. So let's begin the shoot. And I just, despite the fact that there are two East Asians, and one of them is a Hong Konger in my Film 31 class, there's just something really goddamn miserable about my Film 31 class. Like, I feel better and nicer and more comfortable in my Film 40 class than Film 31. And I was honestly mad. Almost like how I was mad when I met Natalie the first time um, in August of last year, after 11 months of not seeing each other. Almost like that kind of mad, except this is different. Because this time I'm just upset and I just don't know how to explain it. You know, there's just something malicious going on. There's something depressing, more so than malicious, more depressing than malicious going on. And I was just kind of upset, and I just don't feel like it. But whatever, we have the short film assignment. Let's do it. So, you know, I put down my backpack, took off my jacket, took out the water bottle, drank some water from that bottle. I removed my mask and you know, pull out my phone, ready my lines. I was real professional about it, you know. And Thomas was ready. He set up a little camera holder thing, and he's like, "Okay, you guys memorize your lines, right?" And Pepper's almost done with memorizing hers as well. And then we began. So I played the actor. I played Dustin Hoffman. Pepper plays Meryl Streep, and Thomas is the camera guy. He's the director. He chooses where we go and the blocking, and also he's the costume guy because he lent me his shirt, his button down. It's called button down. The shirt, a blue thing. And he also prepared the props. But you know, occasionally I and Pepper, especially me, would give Thomas advice because he does not know that iPhones can do wide angles. I mean, every smartphone can do wide angles. So I taught Thomas that, and Thomas like, "Ooh, that's, you know, I don't, that's weird." But apparently, in a close distance, you can still capture a lot of stuff because it's a wide angle, and you can actually do it in the iPhone. Crazy, am I right? So you know, we did the shoot thing, and throughout the whole shoot, I just you know told myself, you know what, it's professional, right? So I'm gonna just be an actor, be a good actor, be nice, and we'll get through it. I'll get through it, and then I leave. That's it. I don't care. So I feel like this is really good exercise because I feel like a lot of actors are like this. While on set, even if you have beef or some sort of feelings towards other cast and crew members, like how people usually are at workplaces and in real life in general, you still kind of have to hide it and act like you're okay, and act and be in your role and be immersed in your role. And I feel like a lot of actors are like this, and you know, it's good training actually. But yeah, that's that. So you know, we acted out the scene, and you know, there are some hiccups, but overall it went on quite smoothly. Like I'm better at acting than I thought I am, and you know, my acting's garbage, it's fucking trash. But honestly, it's not that stiff. Not really. I don't know. But yeah, the whole thing is done within 2 hours. It was way faster than I thought, and it was quite nice. And Pepper seems nice. I honestly don't know what Pepper's up to last Wednesday when she walked home by herself, when she seemed so cold and distant. And I thought to myself, man, Pepper's probably gonna be. I don't. I honestly had no idea how Pepper gonna act. Maybe she's gonna be very cold blooded today. Maybe she's gonna come off nice, but it's likely that she's gonna come off nice. Turns out she does come off really nice. She smiles, she's happy, and that's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing beyond that nice, happy thing. Not even surface. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all Pepper is. So after the shoot, and there's something kind of ironic about it because, like, in the film, Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep, you know, have an uneasy marriage and they're arguing. I mean, Dustin Hoffman doesn't want Meryl Streep to leave, but Meryl Streep has to leave, and it's uneasy, and it's almost like reflecting, like, I don't want Pepper to leave, but Pepper has to leave, and we're sort of arguing, but also not, and like it just sort of reflects real life in a way, and it's kind of hilarious. Um, but yeah, essentially there's that, and then the shoot's over. You know, Thomas basically so it is shot on um Pepper's iPhone. So Pepper airdropped her videos from her iPhone to Thomas' MacBook, and then Thomas transported the stuff from his MacBook to a USB flash drive, and he gave me the USB with the SD card in it. And then I took it home, and I'm gonna edit it myself on my own laptop because he doesn't know how to edit videos, and he doesn't have an Adobe Premiere Pro. He has Final Cut Pro, but I don't use Final Cut Pro. Um, anyways, that's it. We didn't like have an extra time to chit chat or anything immediately right after that. You know, we just packed up, and Thomas decided to call an Uber for Pepper because, as it turns out, Pepper lost her wallet. Yesterday on the bus, she lost her wallet, and this is the first time in her life where she loses her wallet, and she's lost everything. The Hong Kong ID card, college ID card, money, credit cards, debit cards, everything. Sheesh. I mean, I've lost my wallet once in January of 2019, January 1st, and that already sucked. But to lose your wallet in another country, now that's next level. That's bad. And unlike me, Pepper doesn't have multiple wallets. Like, I have multiple wallets. I have a wallet at home. I store it at home. I don't bring it anywhere because all my important stuff, all my important cards, and a lot of Hong Kong money, some memorabilia like movie tickets, I store it in my main wallet, and my main wallet always remains at home. I only bring a small amount of cash and some important cards out with my small wallet that I bring out. So, you know, in the event that it gets stolen, especially in dangerous land like LA. So that really sucked. I truly do feel bad for Pepper. Truly do. And then while waiting for the Uber, I, Thomas, and Pepper sat around a white table, and we just sort of talked about stuff. We just sort of talked about, like, again, Pepper had a terrible day yesterday. Pepper's friend was driving her around, and they almost crashed into an old car, and Pepper tripped and fell on the way to the bus. On the bus, and Pepper lost her wallet, and Pepper's like, "Wow, April sucks." And I'm beginning to be morbid because I feel bad. I feel sad and bad. So I say things like, so Thomas' apartment. We also saw Thomas's roommate, a Latino. But anyways, Thomas's apartment has a popcorn ceiling, and I saw it, and I'm like, damn, it's a popcorn ceiling. And I talked about it may cause cancer, and I started, rambling about how I may die of cancer, maybe heart attack, maybe Alzheimer's. At one point, at multiple points, Thomas asked me and Pepper, like, what do you do if all the film schools you apply to has rejected you? Like, what do you do? And I just cheekily said, well, just die, and it was kind of funny. And Pepper's like, yeah, just commit suicide. I feel like Hong Kongers and East Asians in general are like edgier when it comes to humor, while American humor is like tame and like, oh, suicide, ooh, taboo. Um, I think the biggest moment was after the shoot at the rooftop. We were walking back down the staircase, and Thomas was like, "Oh, so what are your plans for tonight, this evening?" And Pepper said, "Oh, I'm going to go out with my friends." And in my heart, I'm like, "Oh, of course you are. You're always hanging out with 1,000, a billion friends, just like JT, except JT does even more so. And I don't despise people for hanging out with friends. I hang out with friends too. If I have friends, I hang the fuck out of them, okay? I hang the fuck out of my friends. You will have no idea. But I just, maybe it's envy, maybe I just hate myself, maybe I'm just angry at myself, but it's just like, it just ruins my mood. It's almost like cheating, like knowing someone you like cheat on you, except it's more like knowing a friend of yours also have other friends, but I'm not angry about that, but it's more so internalized to me, like, wow, you have a life, you hang out with friends, like you have people inviting you out for dinner. That is insane. When is the last time I had dinner with friends? No, 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 no. Seriously. Serious fuckingly, okay? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. When is the last time I was invited for dinner? By a friend, not mandatorily. By a friend. Invited. So I didn't make the invitation. Someone else invites me to. Alright. Let's see when is the last time. I double dog dare you. The last time I had dinner with a friend. Okay, April 16th with Kelly and Jonah and the church folk and UCLA people. I get that was nice. That was legitimately nice because even after that day I was like, damn, like what an interesting day. But are those people close friends? Do they know me other than Jonah and Kelly? Okay, so let's not count that. When is the pre and that is an exception because like again I don't know those people. It's all like it's all a coincidence. It's just luck essentially. Dinner with friends. Dinner with friends. When is the last time? April 4th? No, never mind. I didn't. Dinner with friends. Dinner with friends. I'm already in March. Nope, no dinner with friends. And I mean, okay, let's count lunch. If it counts lunch, then yes, spring break also counts. But dinner is bigger than lunch, right? Dinner is a more of a huge deal. Honestly, no idea. None, actually. I don't think, aside from dinnering with Jonah and Kelly with the UCLA folk on April 16th, there hasn't been a single occasion when I had dinner with a friend. It hasn't happened at all. Ever since I've gone to LA, it hasn't happened at all. Wow. Wow. Now look at people like Pepper and JT. I mean, yeah, they're more social and charismatic than I am, but like, they're so busy. And even for people like Potter, JT get to sing karaoke with her Korean friends, and Potter get to do this and do that. And I know I'm like, by the end of spring break, I'm like, I will be a menace, okay? I will be a menace to society. I will make tons of friends aggressively. But my new view in this whole situation is that there isn't even a point. Not only is it true that it's difficult for me to make friends and socialize because I'm just bad at it. But it is even more true that it is pointless to make friends. It is more pointless than ever to make friends in a world like this. It used to not be pointless. Back in secondary school, I hanging out with Natalie, Nick, Cedric, Leo, Pink, Zara, Miriam. I actually genuinely care about those people. And hanging out with them actually is valid, because you know, I hang out with Natalie because we've been through the same things in the 6 years, man. We laughed at the same jokes. We attended the same classes and lessons. We failed the same tests, maybe, or passed the same tests. We got bullied by the same people. We bully each other. We have gone through so many ups and downs. The bond between me and Natalie is 7 years and counting. And sure, I've only met Pepper for 2 months. That's nothing in comparison with 7 years. But apparently it's enough if I was JT or Pepper, because within 4 months, JT already found herself like over 100 friends. Actually, 200 more follows on Instagram. 200. And is constantly hanging out with people, karaokeing. I have never in my life had karaoke with friends. Never. And it's not, don't give me that, oh, okay, then just do it. Just go to karaoke. No, that's not the fucking point. Right now, I can't do it anymore. I'm a grown-ass man right now, okay? I've never had a photo shoot with a friend before. I've never had karaoke. I've had hot pot dinners with the Bean Gang, but it was mostly very half-assed. Like, I forced myself to be there, and I don't fit in. Like, I just can't. I just can't socialize. Not only because I'm bad at it, and because I'm literally handicapped because I'm bad at socializing, but also because I'm beginning to see that there's no point in doing it. So what? 1 semester later, we're gone. Guess what, by the way? Guess what? Even though Pepper's enrollment time is 2 hours later than me, it's already too late. When she applied for Film 32, when she tried to get in, she couldn't. It was full already. I was only earlier than her by 2 hours, but she can't. Even though Pepper already has a boyfriend, and given that we're already 19-year-olds, it's probably going to be a long-standing relationship. I don't even get to experience an unstable relationship. God fucking damn. But, even though Pepper's not my type, Pepper's got a boyfriend, yada yada, Pepper's got 100 better friends than me. It would at least be kind of cool if, I and Pepper can still end up in the same class and we can still hang out a little bit more. But no, of course not. And Thomas also couldn't get in, which is fine. I don't need him. Another thing is, while I and Thomas and Pepper are chatting today, I wasn't chatting like, haha, I'm happy, let's chat. I chat, but in my mind, I keep thinking the same thing, and that is, in half a year or so, you two will be completely out of my life. I will shake you off, or you two will shake me off. Or you will shake both of us off, or the other will shake both of us off. We're all going to be gone. Who fucking cares? There's no point. We're going to be gone anyways. Again, like last Wednesday, I really wanted to meet Pepper because I wanted to tell her, oh, I got these short film ideas. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, I got a real thing going, I really wanted to just tell Pepper about me personally. I want to inspire Pepper. I want Pepper to inspire me. Let's be good friends. Let's inspire each other. Let's help each other. Let's be passionate about filmmaking. Let's be passionate about Hong Kong. Let's do it. Yes. What? You think life is that easy? Oh yeah, you find someone of the opposite sex who is nice and who is nice to you and who's the same age as you, the same ethnicity, from the same background, who loves doing the same thing, but it still doesn't fucking matter. It still doesn't. It still does not. And let's not be negative here. Natalie, we're not even born in the same freaking city. Natalie's not interested in film at all, but I and Natalie can get together because that's 7 years. Imagine in an alternate universe, Pepper isn't Pepper. Pepper's Natalie. Pepper's Natalie. I meet her in the class, and 2 months go by. Of course, I and Natalie would not become friends. We've only become friends because we got a common enemy, that is Bernice. So, I guess that speaks volume. Maybe if I keep up with Pepper for the next 5 years without breaking off, maybe I would end up being real close with Pepper, maybe. But it'll take years. I can't just. I don't know why, again, like, I feel like it's partially it's just me being fucking stupid and unable to socialize at all, but I just can't, like, nobody's inviting me out for dinner, nobody's inviting me out for karaoke or anything. Like, I want to be busier. I want to be busy. I want people to, like, invite me out to play. I want to fit in with some group of people and know their secrets. You know, I wanna be something. Why is it so goddamn difficult? Like, if I joined the house committee members, like Orange House back in secondary school, if I joined a student council, maybe I would have been something. But now it's too late. There's no group, there's no clique, there's no organization, there's no association I can join where I can feel like I'm in something. There's no in, there's no out, because there's nothing. So yeah, even today, like by the end of the shoot, I and Thomas basically said goodbye to Pepper as she walked into her Uber. I really wanted an occasion where Pepper just where Thomas is just not around and I can speak to Pepper all the time. But that'll never happen because she's busy, because she's always busy. She's got other important friends to meet. Other nicer, cooler, important friends to meet, to have dinner with, to hang out with, to have fun with. And I want to just speak to Pepper in Cantonese all the way through, and I want to tell her everything, man. In fact, I want to tell her about Mary, so that she doesn't see me as like, oh, you want to hit on me? Well, no, guess what? Check out this girl whose name is Mary. And then I realized, why bother? I don't have to tell her. I like Pepper as a friend, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna break apart anyway. We're gonna fall apart anyways. Why even bother telling Pepper things? I can just lie to her. I mean, I'm thankful for her. Like, as a friend, she helped me plenty. I got to the water in the well because of her. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at all. Like, she's just a fleeting thought. 3 years later, who cares about her anymore? Who cares? So, it doesn't matter. I don't have to tell Pepper about Mary. I don't have to tell Pepper about my short film ideas. It's cool. I want to share it because I'm a naive boy and I like sharing ideas to friends. But maybe it's time for me to realize that that literally doesn't do anything. That doesn't benefit anyone. Doesn't mean anything. Fuck me. Fuck my arm. I know I come off really negative right now, and I do occasionally think that maybe I'm just too negative. Maybe I'm too pessimistic. Maybe I will somehow manage to keep up with people like JT and Potter and Pepper, even after 3 years, and maybe I'm gonna be real good friends with them. But, it's also not a me problem. because I truly am in a terrible state right now. Not terrible, but like broken state of social life. If you look at JT and Pepper and Potter, look at their social lives, and you look at mine, you can clearly tell I am still a loner. I told myself to change. By the end of secondary school, I'm like, yep, I have ruined my life already. So many missed opportunities, all gone. But you know what? The moment I step foot in LA, I will make friends like a beast. I tried. And goddamn, I did try. And it did work. Like, if I hadn't tried, I wouldn't have befriended Potter. I wouldn't have befriended Pepper. Or maybe I would have befriended Pepper, but you know. Because let's say I and Pepper accidentally, not even accidentally, like we end up in the same film 31. But you know, I could just let her leave on her own with her pepper spray that night. The first night we met, I could just let her leave. I didn't have to pursue her. But I think I did pursue her. Yeah. Maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's both. Whatever the case may be, I feel bad. I feel pain and suffering, and I don't think others feel this way. This is abnormal, man. This is abnormal, it's unusual, and it's causing me distress, okay? Like, it's causing me a great deal of distress, actually, you know? Like, okay, you know what? I know I'm rambling off my thoughts here, they're so unorganized. But when my thoughts were more organized, I made a few tweets because I'm a bitch. And partially it's because, you know, when I'm more organized, I'm able to write better. But here's what I said. Just met up with Thomas and Pepper, and it's depressing as fuck. We all chatted happily, but inside my mind, I was just empty and broken all the way. There's no way I can be friends with these people the same way I can be friends with Natalie, Cedric, Leo, Pink, Zara, and Miriam. Befriending and socializing has gone superficial ever since I've left the school. One semester and everyone's gone. Class ends and we just leave. We chat occasionally and even exchange IG at times, but that's surface level. That means nothing. I had to experience 6 years of happiness and anger with those people, fail a test together, bully each other, laugh at the same joke together, go to the same school trip together, so that we bond and trust each other. This college uni shit is so fake and depressing. And every time someone tells me, oh sorry I'm busy, I have to hang out with friends, a part of me gets angry at myself for not having any friends, even though I technically already have some, but it never feels like it. And I want to be that person who says that. That's actually the main point I'm trying to say. I want to be the person who says, you want to hang out with me? Too bad. I got cooler friends. And leave you hanging dry. Like how people leave me hanging dry. I want to be the person who says that. I'm busy. I have dinner. I got karaoke with friends. I'm hanging out with a Japanese guy and a Taiwanese girl. And I didn't tell you, because you're not important. I want to be that guy. Why is it so difficult? So, yeah. I don't fucking know. Because Pepper's nice, and Pepper acknowledges my existence, and we are in the same group. We're in the same class, and we're in the same group. And I have her Instagram. If Pepper is Mary, I would cry of tears of joy. To be able to even have the privilege of being in the same class as Mary is honestly astounding. Just, we don't even have to be in the same, if we are in the vicinity, if I'm in the vicinity of Mary, it's already powerful and overwhelming enough for me to cry. In fact, I want to cry right now. So if Mary is Pepper, I should feel blessed that Pepper doesn't hate me and we're in the same class. But, okay, maybe that's me problem. Maybe I'm just greedy. But then again, I'm not if I compare myself with others. And I know I don't have to compare, but then I kind of have to level myself, you know? I mean, just think of it. Like 10 years from now, if Mary still remembers my name, I'm already like happy with that. Like, I don't need Mary to speak to me. I don't need to see Mary physically. If she remembers who I am, it's already good enough. Yeah. But, so I think going forward, my attitude is that I'm going to. Now, there are two ways to do this. I'm going to expect that Pepper will disappear from my life and nothing we do will matter. I will try to speak to her. She's always going to be busy. She's always going to have cooler, better, more important friends to hang out with. I never get close to her. She never gets close to me. That's it. That's all we are. And I expected it already, so I don't get disappointed. And then I leave her. I abandon her. She abandons me. We move on. That's the realistic way. But the downside to that is that I will feel pain because I don't know if Pepper feels the same way. I highly doubt it because Pepper's not a thinker. So if Pepper thinks the same way, maybe she'll also be as sad as me right now. But I don't think so. I don't think when Pepper speaks to me, she thinks, oh, this guy, Enoch Lai, I will abandon him. In 6 months, he'll be gone from my life. I don't think Pepper thinks that way. Thus, Pepper doesn't feel pain. And also, Pepper doesn't even want to be close to me. She doesn't even show any interest. I do show interest. I ask her questions. I speak to her voluntarily on WhatsApp. But, yeah. So the second option is I'm going to pretend that it's going to be fine. And I'm going to be happy, but I'm going to be disappointed. Or actually, I'm just going to accept it. Accept the fact that we're going to break apart and just enjoy the moment. I feel like the third option is the best one. Just like Mary, when I had my final conversation with Mary over WhatsApp, every single line, every single word I utter, every single word she utters, I enjoy to the fullest. And I'm so glad I did, because when it was over, I'm still on my Twitter page, god damn it. When it was over, like, you know, I just let it go because I know it's gonna be over. To her, maybe it's not. To her, she doesn't care. She doesn't care if she doesn't care if it's the last time she speaks to me or not. I care. That's why I enjoyed it so much. Every single word. I just enjoy it so much. Oh. So, this is tough. time now is 10:08 p.m. Wow. I had dinner and Cindy was singing for like an hour and it was very annoying. Didn't expect myself to go off for 43 minutes. Uncut, unedited 43 minutes of unfiltered sadness. 43 I held up my phone and my hand for 43 minutes straight. Now, I haven't really given myself a lot of thinking, so I still stand by every single word I just said. But I guess to end off today on a better note, like I said, there are three options. There are three ways to go around this. One way is to accept that. Okay, one way is to continue to be sad and bitter and sort of just be ready to abandon people. The other way is to sort of stick with people but get ready to be disappointed. The third option is the middle ground. And I realize that there is indeed a middle ground of some sorts, which is to just enjoy the friends I have while the time being, and just whatever, just whatever. When the friend leaves, when the friend doesn't become your friend anymore and disappears, say Pepper gets into LMU and leaves me, stops talking to me, and we don't hang out anymore because she's busy, she got cooler friends, and then we just can completely break off. I'm not going to get disappointed because I already saw this coming and I already got the enjoyment out of the time we already had. So, I feel like the third option is the most optimal option, and I'll go for that one. But I also would like to add that I'm the only one suffering here. Like, I don't think JT or Potter or Pepper or heck, even Thomas think like me, think like I do, feel pain and stressed out. To be honest, I don't know how social is Thomas. I mean, I know JT, Pepper, and Potter are all very social people, but judging from what I have heard from Tom's, he doesn't have much going other than working, hanging out with his roommate in college, and that's it. Truth be told, Thomas had never dated anyone, and he's already 21 or 22 years old. He's probably even more of a loner than I am. And worse yet, he's not self-aware. He isn't aware that he's a loner, and he's just like come on. So, I think the number one most important thing really is to be happy. I'm the only one suffering here, and the only one who's suffering loss right now, who's losing, is me. I'm losing. I'm losing because I ain't happy. If I'm not happy, I'm losing. Or it doesn't have to be happy. If I'm sad, I'm losing. And let's put aside the idea of friends will remain true, or the idea that this and that and this. Let's put them aside. Right now, how do I feel? If I feel sad right now, this sadness will probably last for weeks. Because it's not like I'm going to solve this friendship issue tomorrow. So I think the most important thing for me to do right now is to not be sad. I don't have to be happy. I just have to be okay. I just have to be peaceful with myself. I just have to think straight. Just whatever. Don't be sad. Don't be dramatic about this. Don't be emotional. Just don't suffer psychologically first. And then think about the actual solution to the issues I have in front of me. Next thing is I'm not gonna force myself too much. I mean, I did say I will make friends aggressively, but at the same time, I feel like I shouldn't beat myself up for not being able to be super acquainted with a girl whom I just met 2 months ago. If that girl is Natalie, it would probably be even worse. If that girl is Natalie, I would probably be having an even harder time trying to be acquainted with her because Natalie doesn't even love film. So, like, I should be happy that as of now, Pepper already knows me and, like, does speak to me nicely. I shouldn't ask for more. I shouldn't ask for a full blown dinner. I mean, to be fair, I already started hanging out with JT a month after we've met on December 15th. And then right after that, right off the bat, on January like 5th, I already met her and we already started having lunch. But I feel like that's an exception because JT is also like new to LA, I'm new to LA, and we're both relying on each other, and now we're sort of broken apart, and that's okay. So that's an exception, but you have to realize that Pepper's been in LA for a while. Before I arrived, Pepper has already survived here 4 months. So she's probably made more friends then, and the bond between her and them have already built, and also her boyfriend. Imagine a different scenario where I decided to go to USA in September and met Pepper before she did her boyfriend now. How different the situation would be. Even if I don't end up dating her, which is a ridiculous idea, like, at least I would be way closer to her than I am now. Now, that is suggesting that time is the main factor, but actually, there are more factors than time. And that is where I come in, acting nice, acting aggressively nice, acting all, just appealing to her, inviting her for a lunch or a tea or something. But unfortunately, I've only known her for 2 months. What do you expect? So you know what? Let's not rush this. Um, if I were to continue my level 2, which I definitely will, so level 3 is pretty much done for me. Like, levels 1 and 3 are done. Now I need to work on level 2 and level 4 simultaneously. Level 2 is friendship, and level 4 is, I believe, diet and health and fitness. So I'm going to eat good, I'm going to sleep good, and I'm going to start, probably doing push-ups and do some workout stuff, run around the block, something. So that I can manage. That's probably the easiest level because I've already done it in Hong Kong. I can do it now. It's just a little different. But level 2 friendship, I really don't want to rush it, but it's also not a passive thing. Whereas getting a girlfriend is passive thing. Like, because being aggressive will just screw myself over, especially given the fact that I still haven't had my first time dating yet. So aggressively finding a first date is awful. I'd rather it be natural. If it's second time, okay, fine. Just be a little more aggressive. But first time, I just want to be an anime character. One of those stereotypical anime main characters. I just want to be that for the first time. Second of all, yeah. So again, I always mention dating as if it's a necessary task that I have to go through. And as days go by, I do feel a bit pressured because, like, I don't even want to ask JT if she's dated anyone before. I don't want to know because the answer is probably yes, and I'm gonna feel bad for myself again. So I don't want to fucking know. And almost everybody around me has a date of some sort, aside from Thomas. He's a real loser. He's like me, but like worse. God, because I'm from Hong Kong. My home is crumbling. At least Thomas's home in the USA is not crumbling. So his situation is worse. But so long story short, I won't rush other dating. I won't rush it at all, and I don't consider it a level in the video game. It's a side achievement, and it's a huge achievement, but it's a side achievement. A man can wait. A man can wait. A man can really do. Besides, there are many downsides to dating, even though I've never dated any before, and I wish I'm naive enough to be like dating will solve every issue, but I know that it won't. You know, you're spending more money, you're spending a lot of time on another person, and your schedule will be ruined. Everything will be ruined. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like to love, so I know how passionate it can be, but I don't know what it's like to be loved because aside from my family, no one really loves me. No one. As a friend, yeah, I guess. But friendship, back to friendship. Level 2 is not over and it won't be over. And a couple weeks ago, I did set the goal of getting 6 close friends and 4 and slash or be in a group of 4 close friends. I feel like it's too unreasonable. It's too ridiculous. I can't even get into a group of I can't even get into groups of friends, you know? Like Zara, Natalie, and Grant, they aren't really that close, so it doesn't count. September 10th of last year doesn't count. I mean last year. And as far as having close friends go, there hasn't not a single person I've met in LA so far I consider a close friend. Nobody. Um, and by close friend I mean like grade A, like someone who I can rant towards my deepest, darkest thoughts. I guess the person closest to it is Potter, but Potter's also like always busy dealing with his own stuff, and he seldom like actively speak to me, so not very close, not at all. So 4 close friends is undeniably difficult. What I need is 1 close friend. So for level 2 friendship, you know what? 2. So for level 2, I'm going to make it a little easier for myself. So now the new goal would be 2 close friends and slash or enter a group of 3 close friends. Excluding me, of course, because Leo, Pink, and I are technically a group. But that's stupid because it's 3 people, and Leo and Pink are dating, and I'm tagging along because they're nice as hell. It doesn't count, man. So I enter a group of 3, which makes us 4, and us 4 always hang out, always chat, has a chat group, alright? Constantly check on each other and support each other. If I get that, it would be insane. It would be utmost insanity. That day has yet to come. I mean, I've gone through team science, so I know it's possible. But I don't know, it's LA, what do you expect? So yeah, these are my thoughts. I'm gonna go to church tomorrow, which means I'm gonna sleep very little, which sucks. But from Sunday to Monday, I'm gonna sleep plentifully. And then on next Sunday, like next Sunday, I won't go to church. I've already gone to church 4 times in a row, 4 weeks in a row, 4 Sundays in a row. I'm not gonna go again. I'm just gonna rest the next one. And that's all. Monday, home all day. I don't plan to go out at all. Or maybe I will go to Ralph's and buy some food. Tuesday, home all day. Wednesday, you know the drill. Blah blah blah, yada yada. And then I'll figure out the water and the well stuff. And my life is continuing to stabilize. If only emotionally I would stabilize too, I guess. Also forgot to mention that on my way back home on the bus, I spoke to Betsy, the film club president, because Thomas told me that he directly asked the screenwriting club president if he can join the board meeting member, and of course he can because nobody wants to join because like there's nobody in it, which is hilarious. So I figured damn, like I want to brush up my CV, I want to brush up my brochure, my portfolio, whatever, whatever word that comes to mind. So I kind of want to join either screenwriting club or editors club. I don't want to be film club board member because that seems like a lot. But as long as I'm either a vice president or a secretary for either screenwriting club or editing club, I think I'm good. So I'll give it some thought. All right, time now is 8:09 a.m. on May 1st. We've made it to the 5th month, folks. We've made it to the 5th month. Hip hip hooray! Woo! I'm gonna, from now on, okay? I'm gonna try and keep it short, sweet, and simple. Nothing fancy here, okay? Gonna go to church later. I slept from 2:30 to 7:55. So that's insane because it's been a while since I've fallen asleep this early, and I wish to keep that. One thing to note is that last night, out of curiosity, I went to my bathroom scale, my electronic balance, to see how much I weigh, because I thought I would probably weigh a little heavier now because for the last 2 weeks I've been consuming for more than 2,000 calories per day almost every day. Turns out, for some reason, maybe it's the scale glitching, but I lost weight even further. I'm at 124.6 pounds right now. I have gone back to 2019 weight. I don't know why. I don't know if the scale is broken or is this a real value? Like I don't really believe it. I don't want to believe it, and I don't really. I don't know. I just don't want to believe that. But if this is true, if I truly weigh 124.6 pounds right now, this means I have lost 11 pounds. Ever since I've arrived in LA, I've lost 11 pounds. And that is stupidly insane. This is why level 4 has to be health and fitness, level 4 of the video game. But also, from now on, I'll try my best to eat as much as possible. I'll initiate a plan called 4 meals a day, and I'll buy more food. I'll go to the supermarket more frequently, and I'll buy more food. In fact, I'll go out to buy food more often, out at the restaurants. And that means spending more time and more money. Now, for more time, it's okay. I just need better time management. For more money, it's definitely okay because I got the water in the well. So from now on, I will treat myself better, eat more, sleep more, and I want to gain that 11 pounds back ASAP, Yeah, it's kind of scary actually. I don't know what's wrong with my body. But it's clear that Los Angeles has made a pretty significant impact on me psychologically and physically. But yeah, I'm gonna go to church later, which is probably not gonna be much. And like I said last night, I'm gonna go to church today, and next Sunday I won't. I'll just sleep. In fact, next Sunday. So yeah, that's all. I'm gonna eat some cereal. Yeah. And as for things like my relationship with Pepper, that's been bugging me for the last 3 days. I'm just gonna put it at the side. I'll speak to Pepper whenever I can, and I'll still be nice and forward. But if Pepper doesn't see me as someone important, who cares? Who cares? I'm still surviving. I'm alive, you know. That's good. And I know I need friends. And I know I'm really falling behind in this social game. But I can't really force it too much, can I? Because when I force myself to socialize much, I'm also forcing myself to expect myself to be able to socialize much. Which means that if I fail, which is highly likely, I am failing myself. And I'm making myself feel bad. Which means that by forcing myself to socialize, I'm also giving myself stress. And I don't want that. So I'm going to force myself a little bit, but not too much. Let it be natural. Let it be natural.
Are you guys here?
Yes. 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 Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yeah, baby. Alright, so time now is 4:40 p.m. I'm just gonna keep this short and simple, but fuck me, did I just do this? Alright, time now is 4:41 p.m. I'm gonna keep this quick and short and simple as possible, but I just came back home about 20 minutes ago, and today is a nice chill day, I guess. So at around 8:30, 8:28, I went outside, and turns out I'm a bit early. The car came, the pastor's inside, Kelly's inside. I hopped on it, and then we drove, and then we arrived at the church, and again, about the socializing thing, you know, keep in mind that I'm not gonna be super aggressive, but I'll still, you know, whenever I get the chance, I'll do something, you know, I'll chat up, whatever. Okay, so, you know, arrived at the church, got out of the car. I and Kelly walked towards the church from the car park. And, you know, I realized that aside from filmmaking, I really have nothing better to talk about. But Kelly did mention a doctor, and I'm like, oh, who's this doctor? And then she said, oh, it's my dentist who is going to check on my teeth and like give me retainers. And she told me that she had her braces removed last Wednesday, and I'm like, wow, you know. And then I told her my experience, and I was like, feels weird, isn't it? And then she's like, yeah. And then got into church, got into the sermon, and I fell asleep again and again and again and again and again. Once again, I just can't help it, man. Every time I listen to the sermon at the church, I always fail to stay awake, other than 2 times. But I really did try. Like this time I really did try. Like at least like last time I didn't try. When I started to feel sleepy and I wanted to fall asleep, I just let myself fall asleep. But today I really did try my very best. But it was just ugh. And I suspect there were moments where I'm kind of half awake, half asleep, because I do partially remember parts of the sermon. Yeah, it's just bad. And then afterwards, embarrassingly, I stood up, and embarrassingly, because for some reason there are a lot of people today, and so several people probably noticed me sleeping. But yeah, you know, stood up and then left, and then as per tradition, we went to the Wonder Bakery to buy bread. And I didn't buy anything because I ain't hungry, and I already ate a bowl of cereal this morning. Okay, there's this girl who is a friend of Kelly's and also a friend of the sister in the siblings, the elder sister. And she's a girl, and with the mask on, she kind of looks like Kim Min Hee. She reminds me of Kim Min Hee. Um, and she's really soft spoken, and she also showed up like last time. She's really soft spoken and nice, and she followed me and Jonah, and Kelly didn't go, but another person, Jonah's girlfriend, to the bakery and to buy bread, and she bought like 3 breads, 3 huge breakfast, and then she even said, "Oh, I already ate something before." Um. Anyways, went back to the other side of the church, gone through the Bible study session. It was nice. I was quiet. Session's over. I'm leaving. So next up, me, Jonah, Jonah's girlfriend, Kelly, the girl who looks like Kim Min Hee. Oh, by the way, that girl spoke to me a little bit when we walked towards the bakery, and then after we left the bakery, and she asked me, the usuals. What's her name? I'm Enoch. What's her name? She studies music apparently in downtown LA, and she's a cellist or a violist actually. I think she's a violist, like a viola player, a violist. And nice, yeah, yay, woo. She's year 3 and she's a 2019 DSEer, so 1 year older than me. Anyways, Sunday school, Bible study over. Me, Jonah's girlfriend, the siblings, Kelly was there. The girl who looks like Kim Min Hee, who is the violist, the new girl. I'm gonna call her new girl, even though she isn't new. I haven't seen her before, but it's just that she doesn't show up often because for the last 3 months or so, she's just not even in LA, I guess, or something. I don't know, but she just started to return, and then in a couple of weeks she's gonna leave again for a trip to UK. But and then Kelly and the glasses guy, we all went to this Korean restaurant in San Gabriel, and it was really good, but it was also very expensive, and it was very heavy. Like, we ordered a giant beef pot to be shared between the younger brother of the sibling, Jonah, me, and just us 3, I think. And it was such a huge pot, and we barely finished it. And and another guy, the guy who showed up with the AAA card when Jonah and I got locked out of Jonah's car, who's Jonah's friend. So we had the Korean lunch and with rice, and I goddamn, it was a lot. It was really a lot. I don't feel super full, but I feel somewhat full. I'm guessing like 800 to 900 calories. That is just whack. So I've already consumed about 1,100 calories today so far, which is quite nice. I should really eat more, So, and afterwards it was around 2:30, and there's a 168 supermarket beside it, which is an Asian, specifically Chinese supermarket. I went in there and I was so happy because I've been wanting to buy stuff like noodles and dumplings for a long time already. So I went in there and I got myself some noodles and dumplings right here actually. 168. I got 2 packs of rice noodles. I'm not gonna open it now, but 2 packs of rice noodles and 1 pack of small bok choy, and also a pack of dumplings, which I've already put in the fridge. And it's amazing, it's friggin' awesome. I'm really happy I'm able to buy this. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go to Ralph's and buy new toothpaste because I need new toothpaste. And also, apparently, according to Jonah, you can also buy a razor blade for shaving at Ralph's because I want to buy that. And Yeah, I don't know how expensive it is. I don't know. I need to do some research, but essentially, I'm gonna shave. I'm gonna shave. I haven't shaved my mustache, my facial hair in 2 years, I think. I've been keeping this since I think summer of 2020. So it's been nearly 2 years. So I need to, just shave it all, just restart. I hope it'll all grow back once I do the short film this summer. But and I think it will grow back because it's been 2 years and my facial hair growth rate has probably like increased a bit. But yeah, I'll be shaving. I'll definitely be shaving. And then that's it. So after 168, I even though I speak really well with people, like, with the new girl, the quote unquote new girl, she took her first year here in LA, and then she went back to Hong Kong during the pandemic, and then she came back. So she's not new. But when I spoke to the new girl, I was really nice, we could really do a conversation. Except I realized that I still sound really, like, boring. Like, if I was the girl, if I was another person, and I am listening to Enoch talk, yeah, he's nice. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm a film major, I love movies, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, he feels like your average person. But what he needs, aka what I need, is energy, spark. Something that sparks me, not outside of filmmaking. So when I went to the supermarket, I don't know why I said all this, because I didn't force myself. I truly, genuinely got excited when I saw noodles and dumplings. I was like, whoa, it's been 4 months. And I even spoke to Kelly, like, Kelly saw me grabbing the vegetables, and I asked Kelly, like, do I need to put soup with this? Or, like, Kelly's like, well, you can also fry it with garlic, and I'm like, oh yeah, garlic. Because I also got a garlic in the fridge right now. Mwah, exquisite. I love garlic. But, yeah, and then the girl who looks like Kim Min Hae saw me and was like, wow, you got a bag of vegetables. I want to buy one too. So he also got a bag. Even though she can't cook in her dorm, but she still got it for no reason. And after she bought it, she's like, I have no idea, what should I do with this? And then the siblings drove me and that violist to Monterey Park, where another pastor picked both of us up, and dropped off her, and then dropped me off, and then here I am. So there's that. Nothing else for the rest of the day. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna have a good sleep tonight. I'm gonna have a good ass sleep. Tomorrow I will do the chemistry Zoom session, and then I'm gonna go to Ralph's. And yeah, I'll do Spanish homework. I'll edit the frigging Kramer versus Kramer video. I will be yeah. I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever. Really is whatever. I feel like I've been too stressed out. I feel like it's invisible stress, like, even I've been through so much shit in the last 3 months, in the last 4 months, that I should be feeling stressed, but I'm not feeling stressed because it's invisible. And it's tearing me down physically, but I can't really notice it because I have a filter in my head or something. Because so much has happened during my secondary school, or I've received enough emotional damage during secondary school that I've already formed a filter of sorts. Because there really is no other good explanation for me losing like 11 pounds. And that was right after dinner. Like, if I weigh now, I may be even lighter. I'll weigh again tonight to see if it's accurate. But yeah. But yeah, the Korean dinner is really expensive. It's $27.5, which is even more expensive than the friggin' buffet. which I didn't attend, but it was $25. And then another $9.6 for the noodles and the dumplings, which is great. But I will spend more money now because I got the water in the well now. So I don't need to be afraid of spending too much money now. See, Potter is right. Or in a way, Potter is right. Potter told me that once I got, something going, spending money would be easier subconsciously, but to me, spending money consciously is easier now. That. I forgot to mention that during Korean lunch, like 80% of the conversation or 90% of the conversation is also about like TV shows and movies and K-dramas and animes. So I got a lot to talk about. So that's cool. Like multiple conversations were being had at the same time. Jonah's close friend spoke to the girl who looks like Kim Min-hae, the violist, who have both been binge watching Running Man. And I was like, oh, do you watch K-dramas? Do you have some to recommend? And he's like, yeah, he recommends Crash Landing and Hotel de Luna or something like that. And then I asked, oh, like, I did some research and I heard about Reply 1988. And then Jonah's girlfriend is like, oh, yeah, I've seen that. It's really good. And then the glasses guy talked about WandaVision and, like, Moon Knight and all the Marvel stuff. And then we talked about that in my corner. And then I talked a little bit about animes. And then we just talked about everything. And then we talked about, like, teeth as well. Because apparently, like, the glasses guy is, his teeth is hurting. And the other guy, Jonah's friend, he has to wear this Invisalign thing over his teeth. So everybody's got teeth problems now. But yeah, essentially there's that. All right, so earlier this afternoon, Cindy already put the table here. So right now, I'm going to clear this area. These plastic stuff, I don't know where to put them. I really don't. And I'm also going to try to clear this area maybe tomorrow. I'm going to leave this there. Okay, so maybe I'll bring the backpack over here. Clear this. These plastic stuff, it's a goddamn landfill right here. I mean, it's not as dirty, it's not as bad as it looks. But, yikes. I don't know, maybe just behind the door. I'll move the boxes a little bit. And then I will move this thing over here. And then I will spray it up. Also, I had a 22-minute phone call with my mom and a 20-minute phone call with Miriam. I was gonna watch Ranking of Kings. I guess not. That's all. I'm gonna sleep earlier. Excited for Miriam to come.